somebody else's voice to get everyone to listen. Sorry about the sun up here, but it should go down really soon. Then it'll be in someone else's eyes. Y'all can keep moving to avoid it. So just want to, is this started already?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Okay. All right, we're already on the live stream, so we're going to get under control here. Welcome everyone. My name is Dina Kretzer, and I'm a Regional Vice President with RVA. And tonight, not the only Regional Vice President in the room, we are so excited to recognize Connolly Stewart as a brand new Regional Vice President.
Yeah.
And so Connolly picked up her Mercedes on Saturday. You can see it right behind me out there. And very, very exciting. We felt we were excited last month recognizing Connolly and her team for even reaching that milestone of being in qualification. And this has just been amazing. I told her, I said, if you could have picked two harder months, February being a short month, being snow days and cancellations, Hawaii, Jesse, Amy, Connolly, and I were in Hawaii with our other sideline VPs for a week, and then come back to March, and just a few little complications with the new system to welcome you to finish. If you can do region, you and your team in February and March, y'all can do that standing on your head. So a lot of Connolly's team is away on spring break, so they will be watching this live stream. Is it recorded too?
Yep.
Besides just live stream, great that they can watch this. But and Connolly, I had to tell you, we had another surprise for you tonight that canceled about 2 hours ago. Brittany was coming, and then Amber was keeping her children here, and she is sick, and she scrambled everywhere. I told her we had Emma here. She said to babysit, the little one wouldn't have made it, but she had flower arrangement, she had card. So anyway,
well, I'm gonna see her tomorrow.
I know.
So the flowers won't.
It's okay. Yeah.
But Brittany is Connolly's sponsor, and that's just a quick introduction, and then Connolly's going to come up here. But and I was helping Brittany start in the business, who I knew because she went to middle school with my daughter Carly, and Brittany had started her business, and it was one of her initial business launches. And there's this beautiful, tall friend of hers named Connolly at her launch who listened with that little polite, I'm supporting you, isn't this cute that you're doing this? And Connolly was teaching, and this was, Brittany's cute little business. And I think that was the night that Brittany said, no one even ordered anything. And but how could I have known that 1 year later, Connolly would see the wisdom? I don't want to take away from her story. I'll just say 1 year later, Connolly did begin her business. And wow, what an amazing friend for 4 years now. I can't imagine my own journey to region without what you did and how you led your team and how you're leading your team now. And it's just been amazing to watch. And we're just getting started, right? Mm-hmm. And so Connolly is going to come up and give the first part of our opportunity presentation and then go right into Jesse. So I don't want to break that up, but I want to introduce Jesse to you as well, because Jesse is an area manager who I believe will be an executive area manager in a few more weeks. And I tell you, she and her team came pretty close to region qualification themselves this month, and they are just dynamic leadership on Jesse's part, and I am so thrilled to have you in my life as well. So didn't want to break up the opportunity, but I just have to recognize you for all that you are doing too. So Connolly, come on up, and then you and Jesse can take it away. Stand wherever Jesse tells you.
Is that good? Okay. Thank you, Dina. That was perfect. What a great introduction. And it is true. We're lucky to have such a strong leadership team coming from Dina top down. So thank you so much for all you've done these past 4 years, all you've invested in me, and continue to invest in our team. It means so much. So just a little bit about my background with RVA. Dina shared a little bit with you that I was a teacher when I was first introduced to RVA. I was a kindergarten teacher, and I had been in the classroom maybe a year, I want to say. I was newly married, and I actually always thought I would be a teacher from the, a child playing school, that whole thing, it never really shifted for me. And so I had gone to VCU, did my bachelor's or my master's, and here I was doing it, right? Living the dream. But some things shifted as I got into the classroom. And just like any job, maybe you do land your first job that you love and you continue to forever. But for me, I wasn't fully content. So that is, and some of the things that I wasn't content with were seeing other teachers who were a few years older than me but had young children, seeing them stay so late in the day teaching, and then I was thinking, well, when are they spending time with their kids? Or that must be stressful, then coming home and then getting back up at 5:30 in the morning to go back. And so that my wheels were spinning there. How am I going to do that when I have kids? That's going to be terribly hard to juggle, and I really don't want that to be me. So then I actually started investigating some other ways to kind of bump up in the, what I was doing. I don't know if I ever told this part. So there was an opening for like a leadership position, and so I applied for that, but I was really too early into my career to get that job. And so I remember my principal telling me, I think you'd be an excellent leader, so just stick with teaching now, and as these positions come available, just join on more committees. What does that mean? Anyone who's a teacher, that means more time. Join on more committees, just really, maybe a grade level chair, and then you'll be ready for one of these positions. So now that I really reflect on it, I guess that's when I first started realizing I do want to do more. I was trying to figure out what it would look like in the school system. So Brittany, my best friend Britt, had introduced the business opportunity to me in that interim. And like Dina said, I was just real sweet and polite to Britt, but I was kind of immature, I didn't have any idea what network marketing is, except it's something I thought I would never do. That's mostly what I knew of network marketing. I associated the words pyramid scheme with network marketing. I thought, who does this really work for? I doubt many people make lots of money with this. I'm pretty sure you just do it to get your products at a discount or because you really love makeup. So that's what I thought. Brittany just really loved makeup because her makeup always does look nice. Those of you who know Britt. And that was not me. I was not a product person. I really didn't wash my face at night at all, actually. Arbonne has saved my skin. I say thank goodness I joined Arbonne when I did. And I knew nothing about the business model of network marketing. So I was coming to the plate with basically no quote-unquote skills as to what a lot of us think we have to be successful at something like this. So what I learned is if you have a strong reason, the skills will follow. So really all you need to have is a strong motivating factor for wanting to do a business like Arbonne. And Arbonne's a great fit for reasons that we'll share in just a minute through the flip chart. So that was a no-brainer to me because I had been to Britt's party. I already knew what the product stood for. That was not the issue. So I then heard more about the actual business opportunity at a presentation. It was here, and our National Vice President, Len Puana, was here from Hawaii, and Len is a physician. So when you hear Len's story, your jaw drops and you say, holy cow, this business does work, because you're seeing someone right there who it did work for, and who it worked for incredibly fast as well. She worked it seriously from the beginning. My husband had encouraged me, let's just go see what the business model is about. I think networking is a great thing. If you know Ryan and me now, he's in a job as well, a commission-based job. Like, he already kind of got that way before I did, but it's awesome to be able to control your income. And see, I'm coming from a helping field, so that is not where I'm not geared that way, But what I did learn from the opportunity presentation, just from hearing Len, is that a business like Arbonne gives you choices. And so that clicked with me because I knew that down the road I would want choices. And what I was doing in teaching wasn't really providing me that. I could already see that, okay? So I did start my business, and it's when I got pregnant with my first son that, remember I said once you have that real motivating factor, your business, it will become whatever you want it to be, because you're driven. And so with the birth of Grayson, my almost 4-year-old now, that's when I did decide, I don't want to go back to teaching, and now I have a very strong reason why. But guess what? We could not afford that. So it was a big risk on Ryan and me. He trusted me. I went to GTC, our global training conference. I saw women achieving their goals and dreams, And they seemed like if they could do it, why couldn't I? And so after I saw that, I really came back to him. I said, I can do this. Like, will you just trust me? He's like, okay, And he did. He did trust me. And then I'll say it was 3 years ago to this month, Dina, I was reflecting on this, that I promoted to area manager. And that's when I had to do that because I really needed to be able to show that it made sense for me to not teach, okay? And so then it all worked, and I didn't have to even think about going back to teaching. Like, I basically taken a year off, and it was like, if it doesn't work, then I knew that I was going back, and well, I knew I wasn't, but that's the deal that, Ryan and I had. So, fast forward, here we are now to Region, and so, like, kind of there's continued shifts from, starting your business to getting to area, and everybody's shifts are a different timeline, right? So for me, it's one thing, for other people, it's another, and I love that about this business. It can be what you want it to be, but then moving toward now, Region, which is so fun to say, that was just honestly the motivating factor there was seeing other people's lives being touched. So that would be people I was helping with the business opportunity. So that's where it all makes sense. So this calling to be a teacher, it's all come full circle. So that's really all that we do, is teach and train. Whether it be people in a group presentation or, our teammates, and then we're helping them. We're basically like hope dealers, Britt and Dina dealt me a lot of hope, and I've seen a lot of other people who, and in this room, who have been given a lot of hope too from Arbonne. And so that's why Dina did say we're just getting started, because we are. Because when you're in momentum with that, a lot more people can be touched. A lot more lives can be touched. So, next slide, thank you. Okay, just the levels of Arbonne. So, I said that my husband was more like, okay, let's look at the numbers, the money, because this is what will buy you choices. So this is always good to know. What kind of money can you make in Arbonne? And so our first level of management is a district manager, and our district managers make between $200 to $1,000 per month. And we have 3 new district managers, but 2 here tonight that we're going to recognize. And then area manager, and we have lots in qualification for area 2. And this is a level where, for me, it was replacing teaching salary. So this was really huge for our family, area manager. And so this is between $1,000 to $3,500 plus per month, and your income becomes willable at this level. So your entire organization that you've built, so we build residual income in Arbonne, that can actually be willed to your family, which is an incredible concept. Not many businesses, I don't really know many other businesses that offer that. Regional Vice President is $3,500 to $16,000 plus per month, and this is where you get your Benz, your Mercedes-Benz, and I love it because it's such a safe car too. So I know they look really good, but then when the guy was telling me a little bit about it, the safety of it, it's incredible. So I'm thankful having 2 young boys. I have 2 boys. I said we have Elliot too. I'm gonna leave him out. 18-month-old Elliot. I was just so grateful to hear all the safety stats of the car as well. And so basically Arbonne gives you X amount per month that's used for your car payment. So that's really generous, and it's something definitely many people work for that simply because the car is a huge incentive to them. But the car is also really a symbol of how many lives you've actually touched in order to earn that car, right? And then you go to National Vice President, which is the top level, and that's $21,500 plus per month. And there's unlimited income potential. You get an additional little chunk of change for your car so you can upgrade your Mercedes at Nation. But that's really incredible that there's no cap. We're used to hearing a cap on, especially, I keep bringing it back to teaching, but there was definitely a cap. And with National Vice President, there there just isn't. And there's, you know, in our upline that we follow, they're earning over $100,000 a month, you know, in our way upline, so in our top income earners. So I share that because no matter what of these levels interest you most, you should always see the big picture, I think. And so this is the big picture of Arbonne. So next slide. Okay, Arbonne's motto. So we do have quite a few guests here. So I don't know, guests, if you have actually tried Arbonne. If you have, this is all going to be like, oh yeah, the products are great. But if you haven't, these are good facts to know, or either way. So our motto is pure, safe, beneficial, and we use botanically based products to help achieve that. Our company is 35 years old. We're a health and wellness company, and we're Swiss formulated. So everything's made here in Irvine, California, and then formulated in Switzerland. Because of that, we follow a stricter guideline for our products. So in Europe, they ban over 1,000 ingredients from their skincare and cosmetics, and here in the U.S. it's 9 or 10. So let's be honest, we're already getting like way above a few notches for safety and for purity, and that's why you'll notice our products are really concentrated. So if you have tried Arbonne, you'll notice, and especially it's so funny when I'm at parties, you know, people, I'm like, well, just one pump, you know, or half a pump, you know, because like they'll go to use the cleanser and like 4 pumps. I'm like, you're going to have a lot of product on your face because you really only need half a pump. And usually I do say that beforehand because you don't know. We're used to, before Arbonne, you're really used to having to use a lot of product. That means the product has more fillers in it. So you know that what I'm saying is true when you try the product. We are vegan certified, and that's a hard certification to achieve. We're eco-friendly. We're very green. We are gluten-free, dairy-free, and soy-free, and that's going to come into play a lot with our nutrition products here. We do not use any synthetic dyes or chemical fragrances, and we're formulated without any toxins or carcinogens, no mineral oil, no parabens, no PABAs, formaldehyde, tart. I mean, you can read the rest, but that's just a few. So when you do open a catalog, look in the front because you'll see everything we're formulated without. You'll see the guidelines that we adhere to. So it's pretty strict, and that's a good thing because what we are putting on our skin in 26 seconds, it's going right into our bloodstream. And I always share that fact because it's kind of eye-opening. You know, we definitely think about what we eat. We don't always think about what we put onto our skin. I mean, now I do because I've had the education, but many, many, many people don't, or they're now being educated to think about that. So guess what they're looking for? A product like Arbonne. That's why we have, you know, we are in demand, high marketplace demand. So just a word on the quality, you guys. So there's 3 qualities. There's American Beauty. I'm going to do bottom up American Beauty, which is what you'll find more in the grocery store or a drugstore. Premium, department store. So you're going to find your premium products. They're usually your French lines. And then ultra premium is going to be really hard to find. It's more boutique or appointment only. It's very expensive generally, and it's Swiss formulated, but it's all pure. So the good news is Arbonne falls in this ultra premium, but we're sold actually even with our discounts and our rewards and all the good stuff Arbonne offers, we're sold at a lower price point than many of your premium products. And that is because we're sold through direct sales and network marketing. So when people get the product on their skin or, you know, the nutritional products, when, you know, they start on the shakes or the vitamins and right away you're going to notice a difference, feel a difference, see a difference, that's due to the quality of your product right off the bat. So what's so great is that you don't have to go with Arbonne. We don't have to just, you know, sell people on things because the product truly does sell itself. It truly does. And what is our next slide, Carly? It might. Okay. It's Miss Jessie.
No.
Oh, it's me. Okay, it's me. So what is network marketing? So network marketing is the business model of the 21st century. It's basically marketing via word of mouth. So we do this all the time. We talk about products, or we talk about shoes or a dress, or you always have the cutest this or that. Where'd you get it from? And you always want to be in the loop of those best deals. And the best way to be in the loop is by talking to your girlfriend who already is in the loop. So that's kind of what, Arbonne is we're just sharing what we know works, what looks good, what, shakes, tastes good, and we're being paid a commission on it, essentially. We're doing it anyway, so it just makes sense. And as consumers, we trust this word of mouth. This is a very effective form of advertising as well. Which I won't tell my husband, who is in the advertising market, which I always find so funny when these words come out of my mouth. Yeah. But I truly believe it, and so do we. We know that this is how we love to refer things. I mean, when I'm going to go, especially if it's something I'm really going to pay money, decent amount of money for, a vacation, a really nice dinner out, I'm asking a referral first. I mean, just the other night, my sister and I were going to go celebrate, and I was like, Jessie will know. She's like a restaurant gal, so I'm like messaging Jessie, where's a good place to go? Because I don't want to just try something new without an opinion first, because then I'm afraid I'll go, spend money on it, be disappointed. So it does work. It does make sense. And we eliminate the middlemen. So traditional retail, you see all these middlemen, wholesaler, warehouser, advertiser, which does take that really large chunk of change, retailer, consumer. What happens is your consumers paying a lot more for the product than they should because all those middlemen were being paid out. So in network marketing, manufacturer, consultant, consumer. And we as the consultant, we don't hand deliver the product. It does just ship to you. We basically are just the ones to refer the product, share about the product, do the follow-up on the product. And because of this business model, your consumer can get a much higher, that premium or ultra premium quality product at that lower price point, and the consultant who shared about the product gets paid a lot more than someone selling the product behind a counter, for example, who's maybe just paid an hourly rate. Okay? Now we're up to Jessie, right?
Thanks, Con. Thank you, Con.
You're welcome.
Hard act to follow.
Miss RVP. So again, my name is Jessie Collier. I'm an area manager and independent consultant with Arbonne. And just to give you the 60-second version of my story, I stay at home with my 3 kids, 5 and under, and I love my kids. But I always had a dream to own my own business. And I thought that I had to decide between the two. And then I found Arbonne. And it's a network marketing company, which I never, ever, ever thought I would do. And that's sort of a common thing. Everyone says, I never, ever thought I would do something like this. But then once I researched, I found out that I was just uneducated about what this industry and what this company was all about. So once I found all of that information out, I just had to go for it. I was all in. And what this business has given me is so much more than the money, which is great, but it's the hope that Connolly was talking about for my family, and the ability to set goals for my family, and know that because of this business, I can absolutely achieve those goals. So that's the short version. So Dr. Charles King is a professor at the University of Illinois, but he got his PhD from Harvard, and he has devoted his life on studying network marketing as the industry. And he did this study where he found that there are 4 key factors that you have to have in order to be successful. And Arbonne has all 4 of these: consumable products, marketplace demand, timing and trends, and the ability to leverage your time. So as far as consumable products and marketplace demand are concerned, we have products for every member of the family from cradle to grave. And a lot of people look at Arbonne and they might think that this is a company for women. You look around the room, there are all women in this room. However, 95% of our products are not gender specific. So where the women have taken advantage of this opportunity, there are also very successful men who have taken advantage of the fact that 97 or 95% of our products are not gender specific. And we don't have fad products is another thing to point out. You know, we're not coming out with the next coolest thing. It's over 400 products that we have. We are innovative and we're constantly coming out with new things, but they're not fad products. These are products that you use every single day. If you take a basket through your house and go into your kitchen, your bathroom, your, wherever, your bedroom, you're gonna fill up your basket on these products alone. So it's not like we're asking you to buy another tchotchke or another kitchen gadget, or it's products that you're already using and you're turning an expense into an income. So as far as timing is concerned, you can read the bottom there. Health and wellness is exploding, internet sales are booming, and business ownership is still the dream. Health and wellness, if you look at, we have $2 billion industries combined into one company as far as outreach. And when you look at, this is something that's a passion of mine, which is the health and wellness, the nutrition side. If you look at obesity rates, they're skyrocketing. You look at gym memberships, they're also skyrocketing. The gap is the nutrition and the diet in between there, and we can help people with that. So if you've been around or you've heard people talk about, I'm sure you've talked about the clean eating program, but that is a huge part of our business. And we have a way that can help people. People are spending $1,500 to get advice from nutritionists telling them to stop eating white flour and sugar. And our program is, about $200, $50 a month to give you the same type of information, but products that help you in that journey. Internet sales are booming. Who likes to shop online? Most people like to shop online. It saves time, it's very easy, you can compare costs. Well, we've sort of taken the guesswork out of that, and we just give you a really, really good price based on how we're sold, like Connolly was talking about. And then Robert Kiyosaki wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad, but he talks about the richest people in the world build networks everyone else is trained toward. Next slide. So this really excited me when I researched, because when I first joined, we were only in 4 countries. Now we're in 5. And we are in the early phases of globalization. So at last I heard, we were about a $440 million company, which is the same size as Clinique, who is already global. And so we are only in 5 countries at this point, and we only have a 1% brand awareness in this country. So that is a huge opportunity, and we just switched over to the new system, and that is going to allow us to expand globally, which is very exciting. The time leveraging piece. So I love it when Connolly does this, because of her long fingers and her long arms, she does this. But I'll try to do a good job. So the time leveraging is really where the magic happens. So if we dedicate 10 hours and we get paid on our 10 hours, that's what we get paid on, 10 hours, okay? But if we teach 4 others to do the same, then that's 50 hours that we're getting paid on. They're 40, our 10. If they teach their team of 4, then that's 210, and then further down to 810 hours, and that's really where the powerful part of this all comes in. So our system is very simple. We teach and train others to shop from their own store. There are 4 different ways to win with Arbonne. The client, you're paying full price. The host, you just host and you share, the products with your friends, and you get some really good discounts. And then preferred client is that discount program that everybody wants to buy at a discount, 20% off for a whole year. And then as a consultant, you're earning a 35% commission, override, the Benz, cash bonuses, incentive trips, and yeah. So you threw me off there.
Sorry.
So these next two questions are questions that I was asked when I was first introduced to the business, and it's something that really makes you think if you've never thought about this before. So where will you be in 5 years if you continue to do what you're doing now, especially financially? And then the next one, if something unforeseen were to happen to the main source of income in your household, how long could you get by on what you have currently saved? If you would have asked me 3 years ago if I'd be donating protein to a nonprofit feeding the hungry in Nicaragua and Cambodia, or paying off credit cards and our cars, jet setting for weekend trips with my husband, earning all expense paid vacations, taking my 5-year-old to Disney World on her first trip to Disney, I would have thought you were crazy. And I am doing these things because of this business. So how many times have you said one day without actually having a plan to back that up? This can be that plan for you. And like Connolly was talking about, everyone has different motivators, different reasons why they do this business. But this helps you accomplish those one-day scenarios. And I'm just so thankful for this business and the choices it's given my family and the hope it's given my family. And I'm excited for where we're going. So thank you.
Thank you. Wow, you two were absolutely amazing. Do we still have to be in front of this?
You're good.
Okay, because my old list is right back here. So anyway,
The sun
thank
stuff.
you, Connolly and Jesse. That was awesome to hear both of you. And we have a lot of recognition as the next part of our meeting. We always recognize those who are in qualification or who are promoted to the next level. And before we jump into our region and regions recognition, Debbie McDonald is a sideline district manager who, come on up here, Debbie, because don't you, is your consultant here that you're going to recognize? Okay. And y'all know Maria, who is in qualification for Nation, who is a good friend, sideline of mine, and came through Richmond one day and went to Starbucks and sponsored Debbie right here in Midlothian. So anyway, Debbie is an awesome district manager, a great sideline friend, and she has someone in qualification. So we're going to let you do that first and grab a flower and recognize her.
For district manager qualification, I want to recognize my consultant Joyce. I always want to say her name, having some flair. Congratulations!
Oh, fella, what that means.
I'm so excited that she's going to make it this month.
Hold that like that oval button.
Picture.
There you go.
That one.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
All right, congrats. That is awesome. Thank you, Debbie, and thank you. Tell me your first name again. Joyce. Great. I was listening to the last name. All right, and then in qualification for district in our regions together, we have Kimmy Quatella in New York. I'm going to read all these out of town ones because they're listening on the live stream. Kimmy Quatella in New York, sponsored by Liz Giordano. Emily Radiker in Maryland, sponsored by Liz Giordano. Melanie Moyer in Virginia, sponsored by Jamie Stafford. Kristen Doherty in Virginia, sponsored by Melanie Moyer. Nicole Hansinger in Virginia, sponsored by Kristen Doherty. It's I can't say it. Okay, that name. Desiree Rush, Virginia, sponsored by Jeanette Stoneman. Jen Payson, sponsored by Jeanette Stoneman. Madison Berger, sponsored by Jeanette Stoneman. Madison DuBois, sponsored by Madison Berger. Michelle Lacey, where are these people? Sponsored.
They're all on vacation.
I know, they are all on vacation. Sponsored by Katie Collins. Jessica Moore, sponsored by Laura Bodie. Amy Collins in Connecticut, sponsored by Julia Jane. Nita Thacker in Virginia, sponsored by Connolly. Jamie Miller, sponsored by Connolly. Becky Von Meister, sponsored by me. Nicole Sparrow, sponsored by Amy Muir. And Betty
La Liberty.
La Liberty, sponsored by Petro. Wow. Okay, so it is vacation, spring break, and so those are all in qualification for district. And now we have 3 new district managers. 2 of those are here tonight, and one is Lisa McAllister in Virginia, sponsored by Jessie Collier, but she's in Alexandria and in the process of moving to Boston, so good reason not to be here tonight. But if you're listening, Lisa, congrats. And Connolly, do you want to recognize the next 2 because they are here?
And they are here. Yay! Katie Collins, sponsored by Laura Bodie. So come on up, Katie. And then Lauren Southward, who I sponsored. Come on up, Lauren. Laura, do you want to come?
Yeah, and if you're their sponsors, can come up as well.
Congratulations. Both of these gals worked so hard. They have been in Arbonne the same amount of time, same amount, but 2 months. That's it. And they really worked their business and have promoted up, and it's been really cool to watch because both are moms and we're juggling children, but you know what, we're getting it done, and that's what matters. That's what matters. So, do you want to gift first, Laura,
Sure.
to Katie?
I have a gift from your district manager and from your area manager.
And then I'm sorry, my gifts are over here. You also get another gift from your regional vice president, which I'm proud to say. And then, I'm all to you.
And not so fast. Well, then our nation wave started this bracelet incentive, and if we get through this evening and I keep this all straight, it will be nothing short of a miracle. But when you promote to district, you get your bracelet from Lynn, and when you promote a district, which you've already gotten your bracelet, then you promoted Katie, so there's a charm for your bracelet. You promoted Lauren, there's a charm for yours. And then we're going to catch up because the person hadn't mailed the bracelets in time for the last one. So while you're up here, Carly, come up here because you get one from promoting Natalie. And, or is that the last one I called Carly? There, and we got it. So that is from promoting Natalie, and Natalie will get her bracelet at GTC.
But can
So-
we get one picture
Yes,
real fast?
okay. Who's,
Carly's like, no.
okay.
Apparently.
Just squeeze in.
Oh, it's on me.
Oh, it's on you.
Whoa, were you taking
No.
selfies?
Selfie.
Not
1, 2, 3. It's your phone.
Congrats,
Somebody else
ladies.
playing with it. Congrats, that's awesome. So, and next, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 in qualification for area manager, the next level. It's Liz Giordano in Maryland, sponsored by Jessie
Whoop, whoop.
Collier. Dreamy Jefferson in Virginia, sponsored by Connolly, who's on a mission trip this week. And Jeanette Stoneman in Virginia, sponsored by Connolly. And Laura Bodie, come back up here. In qualification for area. There you are. Congrats. We're so proud of you. And look back here. So, well, I'm going to too then. And this is Laura's newest little
Yeah.
baby held back here. It looks really good on you, Amy.
Yeah.
Amy has 4 of them.
Yeah.
Laura has 3 of them. I think they're in a contest.
No, I'm done. She wins.
Congrats.
Thanks.
So
Congrats,
that is
Laura.
so super cool. And then we have our new regional vice president. I am going to recognize his standing right
Woohoo!
now. So excited.
Get away from the flowers.
The flowers are yours. So,
They're so
you know, they
pretty.
do
I
well.
love
And then
them.
when they,
That's my color.
I know, that's why.
No,
I'm
can I
being
give you a
so
trick? Put a penny in the bottom and they'll stand straight up.
Just
Just
one.
one?
A penny in the
One,
bottom.
I know for
I'll go
home.
get one. Somebody, and then Connolly, you know
Thanks
that
for
you
that,
get
Mom.
Your real present from me at your car presentation.
Oh,
But for now, I thought,
oh,
I
Dina!
know you like this.
My GTC pedicure. It's my favorite pedicure place that I'm obsessed with. Dina always does this. Thank you.
All right, Carly, where's the camera?
I
when
was
we get
giving Jessie a penny.
Oh.
It's gonna take. It's not gonna
Okay,
be
we're gonna
instant.
say that.
No, it's not gonna be instant.
Let's get back to the-
Make a moment of this. All right.
Tomorrow morning they'll be.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Why?
Sorry. My Jesse.
I have to
Aw.
stand tall.
Yay!
Congrats, we are so proud of you, all of us are so proud of you. We love to say in Arbonne, when one wins, we all win, does this not show you all? This is possible, this is so possible. So we also have some more, that's it, let's see, some more recognitions, where do I want to
You're
start
keeping
here?
it straight, Dina.
I am
Good.
keeping it straight, you watch, and the reason that Jessie kept kind of getting sidetracked about in the presentation mentioning earning incentive trips is she just earned the cruise. And so that is really cool. Anyway, she will be cruising and Lucky JJ for a week in October, all compliments of Arbonne, so I wanted to recognize her for that. And then we love to recognize for the district manager bonus, which is having $5,000 in your district and 5 new preferred clients or consultants with $150 orders in your district. And I think this is our record for having district manager bonuses. So come up, Laura Bodie, Jamie Stafford, Dottie Brown, Liz Giordano, Jessie Collier, Connolly, Amy Muir, and Jeanette Stoneman. Because, let's see. All right, first of all, I'm realizing, Laura, you don't have your bracelet yet, and I just gave you the charm, right? Jamie, for earning the bonus level there. And then I started this crazy little habit a while back, even though their real gift is they get a $200 bonus from Arbonne in their paycheck. I started with this little Starbucks $5 gift card. Starbucks loved me this month. I literally had like 50 gift cards from Starbucks by the time I was done, and you'll see where the rest of them are going here. Wait, Jeanette, is it right
that's
here?
Laura.
Yes.
Y'all got it? Right names?
You're in this here.
And so congrats, because this was huge to have. I refuse to be talking while someone's taking the picture, and then you get down going in that funny direction. Congrats to all of you. And this is Jeanette's. Connolly, you're gonna see her before. And then, not so fast, Con and Jessie both earned their area manager bonus. So again, they have a $400 bonus coming from Arbonne and $5 more of Starbucks coming from me.
Did you earn it?
And I did. So, boy, thanks for putting me on the spot. A good thing I can say yes. Thanks, Carly. So congrats there. And then there is one more thing that I've been recognizing with Starbucks cards for, and this is a record number this month. Usually this is like 4 or 5 cards. Y'all are killing me, but I love it. It's a privilege. It is a privilege. And that is we've been recognizing for having your perfect brick. And I realize for guests are like, what is that? And it is having $2,500 in sales, yours and your preferred clients, your consultants, your own orders, and having 5 new preferred clients or consultants who you sponsor in a month. And why we call that a perfect brick is if you can do that and do that one building block of a brick, then you can show others to do what you do and be successful. And you know, it doesn't have to be that 4 perfect bricks make an area, but they do. And so if you were doing that and taught 3 others to do that, you would be an area manager. And so we've been recognizing that because it's such a crucial building block of the foundation. And somewhere I got started with this little $5 Starbucks card for the perfect bricks, and you guys blew it away this month. So Jeanette, if you hear your name, come up here. Jeanette, Becky Von Meister is in Florida, Amy, and Connolly, and Dottie, and there you go.
Thank you.
And Jessie, and Lauren, where are you?
Lauren.
And Dreamy, who is not here, Nicole, who is not here, Jeanette, who is not here.
You already did Jeanette. So
Yeah, I'm back to the beginning. We just keep calling these.
Yeah.
And Dottie, while you are up here, yes, this is for your DM bonus,
Awesome.
which I did not
Thank
do
you.
while you were standing up here,
Thank
but I
you.
knew that one bracelet was yours. And the charms are for promoting, which was Connolly, and you.
Jessie.
Jessie promoted Lisa as the district manager. I knew there was some remaining charm.
Are you
Okay.
My charm.
So, anyway, Jessie got a charm for promoting a direct district manager, and that was Lisa. Almost got this,
I
didn't
feel like we need a silly photo.
Yeah.
Let's wait.
Did you see?
GTC.
That's right. Thank you, Dana.
All right. So my last recognition tonight, I told you Starbucks loves me, is when I went to my first GTC and I had 2 people going with me, and they got in the car and drove to Atlanta, and I gave them each $5 Starbucks cards. And so the next year, I did that again and again. And so now everyone, expects their little travel Starbucks cards. And you know what? It's a privilege to have to go in Starbucks this many times for this many people. So I really would love to recognize all of you who have made the investment in yourself and in your business to go to this training conference, because you will come away with so much. The thing is that you come away with something different. If we were to all come back and share our takeaways, and some of them can't even just be expressed right then. It comes out as we continue to work our business. And what I take away is not what necessarily the next person would take away. And you come back and try to share 3 days worth of trainings. What you get there, you get for yourself. So it's one of those things that you just have to be there. And I'm thrilled to be going next week with, if you're here, come up and get your card, Nicole, Ann, Carly, Dreamy, I knew you wouldn't miss yours, Dreamy, Jeanette,
I'll take the one, sorry.
yeah, Connolly, Dottie, Jessie, Becky, good for those 2 right there, Becky, Dreama, Jamie Stafford, Jamie Stoltz, Amy. All right, now I'm going back. Y'all haven't done the pictures right. Ginger, where are you? Ginger. And Roseanne and Karen, who couldn't be here. So anyway, have fun in the airports. Y'all will have lots of Starbucks.
Thanks for $20 a Starbucks, Dina.
So it is a privilege, and I think we just did all of the recognition, and I am so proud of all of you. Next, Arbonne has an awesome incentive, and you're welcome to bring Autumn right on up here. Do you need to hold her while you do this? It's fine. Yeah, otherwise there's plenty of volunteers, Laura, who will take her from you. But Arbonne has an incredible incentive for new consultants called Strong Start. Well named because they reward consultants for getting off to a strong start. So Laura's going to come and explain how that works.
Sorry, I had a printout, except for I printed out like 6 times and the ink didn't show up. So I have my phone technology. My husband calls me kryptonite, so let's hope it doesn't break down in the middle of it and explode. So Arbonne has created this program called Strong Start, which really motivates new consultants to just kind of move forward in their first 90 days of business. And as you know, Arbonne is all about gifting, as you have just seen. So Arbonne has come up with this gifting sort of program for consultants in their first 30 days. And basically, you get into it by achieving 1,500 qualifying volume in your start month or the month after. So either the month that you sign up or the following month you can get into qualification for this. With your first month reward, if you hit 1,500 in volume, you will actually get this really cute Arbonne bag, which I know somebody has with them tonight. Oh, got one right back there. Miss Amy. You can see it holds a lot because when it almost just fell, the strap just second is the beautiful Arbonne necklace, which is here, but somebody may have it on as well. I lost mine. Sad day. And then, to get the necklace, it's 2,500 in qualifying volume in your second month. And then the third is that beautiful RE9 set, which is right up here. 3,500 in your third month, but 3,500 in your third month, and you can earn that. And if during those 3 months, or in your first anywhere in that 1 to 3 months, you also get 3 new consultants that spend at least 150, not 150, then you can also earn a $700 product voucher, which is a lot of Arbonne. So that's a really awesome gift as well. So you can earn the bag, the necklace, the RE9 set, and $700 in product for just being awesome. So if you have any questions about it, always ask your upline or your area manager, district manager, whoever, or your new regional vice president. But yeah, so that's the Strong Start program. Anything else I missed on it?
And you promote to district manager, did you say that?
And you'll also promote to district manager. And I said that, I'm sure. Don't watch the recording. Yes, I did. You'll also promote to district manager if you meet these goals.
Thank you, Laura. And if you do promote to district at any point in that, even over 2 months, you get those 3 prizes. So it's a great incentive. I love that Arbonne rewards for just getting to work, so that we can say to anyone, you don't have to have a lot of money to invest, just get to work and you can earn this. So we always, or most of the time, do a featured product. And tonight, Amy Muir is going to come up and tell about one that I know is a favorite of hers and mine and of many of us here. So come on up, Amy. We're ready to listen.
Ready,
Thanks.
I actually I have mine open in my bag. This one open. So I'm going to talk tonight about the Digestion Plus. Who here has tried it? Who here has tried it and loves it? This is a product I truly cannot live without. So this product is basically, it comes in, whoops, not like that. It comes in a little packet like this. What this is it is a prebiotic and a probiotic, but it also has 11 digestive enzymes. So for those of us that have any kind of stomach issues, we tend to bloat after we eat, kind of hang on to some issues down there. This is a great product that will help kind of make you feel better. But basically, it's a 3-tier product. So I said it has the probiotics, the prebiotics, and the 11 enzymes, the digestive enzymes. The probiotics really help. They're the good bacteria, so they really help to kind of keep your gut healthy, which is a really important thing. The prebiotics are a special form of dietary fiber that nourish or fertilize the healthy bacteria that's in your gut. So you really want to have a good balance for both of those. If you are on antibiotics or if you are taking any type of prescription type medications, that can really mess with that whole GI tract. And so you really want to keep the good bacteria in there so that it's helping to promote the digestion. And so this really helps with that. You can drink this several different ways. I just throw it into my protein shake, either for lunch or breakfast, whichever. But it just goes right in there. It doesn't change the taste of it. And it's really easy to digest. The really important thing is that you would want to drink it within about 30 minutes because there are, it helps to promote that good bacteria, and you want to make sure that you're ingesting it quickly and it's not just setting out there for a long period of time. The other way that you can drink this, which Dina always laughs at me because I do this sometimes if my stomach's feeling bad, I'll put it in like a little, not a shot glass, but I'll put it in a little glass and I'll put it, with about this much water and just kind of stir it up real quick and then kind of take it like a shot. And that really helps to kind of settle my stomach too. Not that I would really know how to do that with alcohol or anything like that. But it really is good after a meal.
We'll see next week.
What's that? We'll see this week. No, I'm doing the challenge. I can't do it. So anyway, so this is great after a meal. So for those of you that have done this, the clean eating challenge, this is one of the products that you would use during that challenge. But it is something that I truly can't live without. So it says that you want to use just after a meal, but you can put it right into your protein shake as well. Really, some of the benefits of it is it helps to digest the carbs, fats, protein, fiber, and lactose. So if you have those gut aches, it really does help to heal that. So it's really important. I actually have a little tool that I use that I would be happy to share. So it's kind of a front and back. Basically, I took the supplemental facts that you can get on the source, those of you that have seen this, and I kind of made it into a half card that fits very perfectly. It fits perfectly in the little plastic envelopes that Dina usually shares, but it just kind of talks about the products, the directions for how to use them, and then some of the benefits on the back. So if any of you consultants would like them, I can send it to you.
Have you done that for all of them? Just
She's amazing.
But it's great because I hand these out. We talked about some of the products, we share them, and that's what we do with word of mouth. But sometimes it's nice to, they'll say, okay, what was this again? And then they have the nice little card that sticks in their package. So that's
awesome.
That's Digestion Plus.
And I have tried doing it, like you said. And it really is. I like that.
It works much faster.
Why don't you stay up there and you and Stacy do the raffles? However many there are over there. 1, 2, 3. Are you impressed? I don't have to be reminded about raffles.
Oh, right. Okay. All right. So you tell me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And note to self, this is being live streamed, so when you don't ask your family if they're watching or not, and you give the secret away that you're taking your daughter to Disney World,
She was listening.
I hope
Congratulations.
JD's very creative, so hopefully he was able. She's only 5,
Right.
so.
You were talking about my child.
Yes.
Okay. So raffle prize number 1. So you want to look at your raffle tickets. It's 733199. Okay, next. 733207. Okay, 733208. 733195. Okay, last but not least.
Sunscreen.
733194.
What do you want, 193?
That's
That's a really good one.
So maybe just to send, I can send this to you to distribute. Okay. And you want all of mine? Like I've got the tea and all that.
You know what, Amy, if you post it on the
Oh, okay.
Facebook page, and then I will get it to you.
I can do that.
All right. Well, I'm just going to wrap us up here with just a few more words. It's been said that each person is offered a life-changing opportunity once, maybe if they're lucky, twice in their lifetime. And I know that when I first listened to the information on this income opportunity with Arbonne, as much as I don't have time to tell my story, but I did not want to hear anything about it, even though I was in love with the anti-aging skincare products and the difference that they had made in my skin, and was recommending the products left and right. Just didn't think I would ever be doing a business with it, didn't want to hear about it. And yet, as much as I didn't want to think about it, this little ray, it's interesting that I'd already thought about saying this, and both Jesse and Connolly talked about hope. And so this little ray of hope started coming up in me of thinking, could this be this answer that we've been looking for? Because clearly I'm a couple of years older than the rest who've been presenting up here tonight, just a couple. And we were already into our 50s and had not been able to create that residual income, even though we'd worked our tails off. And, and continue to think, one of us needs to do something different, but we just did not have an answer, which is one reason I love this business, is getting to help others at any age create that and have those choices. So I was beginning to, think about these hopes and a little bit of dreams, but then quickly on the other side was this whole smorgasbord of fears to choose from. And I went through all of them. For one, I had no time as it was. I was running a business with my husband. It took up so much time that I had really lost contact with a lot of friends that I used to spend time with and go to lunch with and do, just fun, normal things with. And yet I was sitting at this desk hour after hour. So I thought, I don't have time. I don't even see the friends that I have. What is this about meeting all these new people and these new relationships and, a new business? And I was like, I don't have time for that. I also had no interest in learning how to sell. Now, sidebar, we don't learn how to sell in Arbonne. Thank goodness there's not a consultant that you've heard from tonight who would be in this business, including myself, if we had to take some kind of professional sales techniques training, because nobody wants to be talked to like that, and we don't want people to learn to talk in those weird ways. We always say, don't get weird. So I did not want to, I thought, oh my goodness, it's sales, and I don't want to be a salesperson, and my friends are going to think that I'm crazy, and I have a degree, I'm a professional, and they're going to go, what are you doing one of these things? Because that's what I always thought about these things, is they were one of these things. So, I had all those little hang-ups going on, and it was so out of my comfort zone, so different from anything I had ever done. And yet, all of those fears are really more easily addressed. I don't have time to go into all of those, but they're they come pretty much from just not understanding. And like Jesse said, once you've educated yourself on what this is and it isn't, those are really not the factors that you think that they would be. Another of mine was that, I don't know enough people to do this, and you don't need to know a lot of people. As I look around this room, again, the only person in this room that I knew when I started my business is my wonderful oldest daughter, Carly, over here. And beyond that, I didn't know a single person who's part of my organization today. But I think the fear that is the hardest for most people to get past is the fear of what if I fail. That's probably the one that I hear expressed the most, and the one that people sometimes don't cross that line. And I know I dealt with the other ones a lot more. I think I drove my husband And my youngest daughter, who was home this summer, I was thinking about Arbonne and trying to decide, and I didn't decide overnight. I know I drove them crazy between that little flicker of hope that kept rising of like, could I do this? Could this be what makes the difference for our family? And then all those fears that kept coming in. And if I didn't drive them both crazy, I drove myself crazy enough for all three of us. And Carly was minding her own business in Connecticut and didn't know yet about, that her mom was looking at one of these things. But anyway, but the fear of failure, I think, is the one that people, if they're honest, they don't want to go out there and say, I'm doing this thing, to their friends and their family. They're usually the first people to find out about it, and then they're afraid that something's going to happen. They're not going to be successful, and then they're going to have to go back, and all those people that said these things don't work are going to get to sing their little "I told you so" song, and it holds a lot of people back. So what if I told you that there are 4 ingredients for success that you already have? It's like they're already inside your head, and if not inside your head, that's something you can put together pretty quickly, and it's all in your power to do. And if you've read the letter that I sent, our team letter that I sent out this morning, this is what I put in there, is that Tom Barrett, who is an authority on network marketing, I respect his writing so much. I read this book once a year, Dare to Dream and Work to Win, along with his Success Happens. Both very easy reads and written by a person just with a heart of gold. So it's not like it is a business book, but it's just got so much heart in it, and it makes so much sense. And he lists in here the 4 ingredients for success, and several of us heard him in person earlier this year, and he said every one of you needs to have this memorized. And think about this all the time. Know that your answers to this, and I did memorize it. And number 1 is to determine what you want. 2 is determine what you're willing to give up or reschedule in order to get what you want. The 3rd one is to associate with people who will help you, associate with the people who will help you get what you want. And the 4th is to have a plan that works and work the plan. And it really is that simple. And those are ingredients that every one of you have. I know when you come in, whether you're a consultant, whether you're a guest, and you hear brilliantly presented the presentation the way Connolly and Jesse did tonight, it's easy to think, I can't talk like that. I can't be like that. I can't do the
Neither
numbers
can
in the
I.
air. Anyway, and you know what? You don't have to sound like that. You don't have to be anything different than you are. There's not a right background. There's not a right education. There's not a right size, shape, personality, anything for this business. It really is those 4 ingredients. I'm going to go back through those again that determine what you want. I have to say that I probably, when I heard of Arbonne, had not determined what I wanted. I think I knew pretty sure what I did not want, and that was more of the same of what we were doing. And it was beginning to dawn on me that if we kept doing what we were doing, we were going to keep getting what we were getting. But I really didn't think in specifics about determining what I wanted because I didn't have a realistic path to get there. So I didn't want to think about those things and not be content. And so this business has helped me to determine what I want and what keeps it so new and alive. Connolly was calling me during the week and going, this business never gets old, telling me about someone else and their reason of wanting to do this and what they were going to be able to create. It stays fresh and new because we're helping people to design the lives they want to have. So determine what you want. The second one is that determine what you're willing to give up or reschedule in order to get what you want. And that one's important because lots of people can hear a presentation like this and go, I want that cruise, I want that car, I want that income that was up there earlier, sign me up. But there is work to be done. It's rewarding work. It is fun work in many ways. It is work, and it takes consistency and duplicating yourself and giving it enough time for it to work. We often overestimate what we can accomplish with this in a year and underestimate what we would accomplish with it if we stayed with it for 10 years. So it's that determining what you're willing to give up now for the long term. And then the third, associating with people who will help you get what we want. We're doing that tonight. I love coming together. I am so inspired by every single person who I've gotten to know in my organization, by my sidelines, And we're going to get a big dose of that when many of us go to the conference next week. And just to be with people who are farther along in their business than we are, to learn from their experience, to learn from their skills, and to just be around people who have educated themselves on what this business is and what it isn't. Because if you go out into the average uneducated world, of which I was part of, that doesn't mean this is right for everyone at all, but most people don't understand it, just like I didn't, just like Jesse and Connolly have both said that they didn't. And, you get plenty of opinions, but to be around people who really do know that this is a very moral business model, that it's a legal business model, that it's a well-respected business model, to see all the professionals, the doctors, the attorneys, the corporate executives, the teachers, those in healthcare, those in every profession that you can name who have chosen to do this. Some do it because they don't like their job and want an alternative. Some love their job, but see the wisdom in creating that plan B that can become the plan A should they ever want or need it. So that's that associating with people that will help you get what you want. And that last one is having a plan that works and working the plan. And that is what your upline is here for, whoever, if you're a guest, whoever invited you here tonight, and their district manager, area manager, their regional vice president, our support that we get from the trainings online. There's so much support in helping you having a plan that works and working the plan. So all these wonderful consultants that you saw up here presenting tonight, Connolly, Jesse, Amy, Laura, we're not any different than anyone else in this room. We just read that recipe and saw those 4 ingredients and determined what we wanted and decided that it was worth that exchange in the short term to have more choices in that time freedom and financial freedom just down the road. We get that part about entrepreneurs do what others won't for a few years of their lives so they can live like others can't for the rest of their lives. So I just encourage all of you to go back and ask that question that Jesse was asking at the end about if you keep doing what you're doing, where will you be in 5 years? And I knew when I was asked that question 8 years ago that I did not like the answer because I'd already thought about that question about 200 times before it was asked of me in Arbonne. And I am forever grateful that this business was shared with a very unwilling person to hear it. So grateful that I said yes to this. So anyway.
We are too.
Yeah. But you all are amazing. I love each and every one of you. And thank you. And I'm so glad I'm not having to say goodbye for a month, that most of you I'll see at about 5 a.m. in the airport on Wednesday morning. Who has that 5 a.m. flight? Yeah, I thought a lot of people did. So aren't you glad we didn't move the meeting to next Tuesday? But we'll be back here the first Tuesday in May.
Oh, this
Oh.
is a, oh.
So where is the...
Ooh, yay!
You
Still
saw
have a
it?
chance. I was looking at it like, pick it, Mom. Pick the winning.
Can you read it?
No,
I
pick it
won't
back
be able to
to
see it.
733197.
That's great. Thanks for listening online, and you can turn these guys off here.
Turn these guys off.
So,
Thanks for tuning
anyway,
in.
Thank you.